What's up, locals? It's Trent, aka TradeMark here, and in the background you're going to see a solo TDM nuclear on the map Drone, and you'll notice my clan tag has TK in it for Team Caliber, and that's not because I'm on TK. I was actually just trying to get gameplays for the new War Beast recruitment challenge because I would like to be in Team Caliber, but this is not about the gameplay, so I'm not going to talk any more about that. I want to talk to you guys about offensive comments or statements or actions. So let me play a quick soundbite for you guys.
How did I both not connect to this bitch? This ugly, socially awkward, dumb Jew head fro bitch!
Whoa. Yo, you're saying that way too loud.
Do not use the Jew word. Oh my god.
Switching operation ready.
Jesus.
Yo, you better pray that wasn't listening, bro.
This rat is all cracked up.
Now that soundbite was brought to you by Gunjar of Team Caliber during the UMG Atlanta event. And when I first heard that statement, I just had to laugh because, first of all, the timing for that listen-in couldn't have been any more perfect. And secondly, Gunjar is going to definitely receive some backlash and hate for his statement because some people are going to be offended by it. So that's why I want to talk to you guys about choosing not to be offended in this commentary. You see, many people get this concept in their minds that being offended is a reaction. Someone says or does something to you and it causes you to be offended, cause and effect. But actually, being offended is a choice. Someone says or does something that we interpret to be offensive, and then we act on that interpretation. So the easiest way that we can prove this is to look at any offensive situation and realize that some people are offended by it while others are not. Take, for example, Gunjar's statement. I wasn't offended by that at all. It wasn't directed at me. I don't know Gunjar personally, and I don't know his personal relationship with the player that he was saying it to. I don't know anything about that situation. To me, they were just words that were used to demonstrate his frustration with the game. But that's not how everyone will interpret his statement. Some people are going to choose to get offended by those words. Now, the Greek philosopher Epictetus figured this principle out nearly 2,000 years ago. He said, "What upsets people is not things themselves, but their judgments about things." So let me say that one more time. What upsets people is not things themselves, but their judgments about things. Now, when you truly understand this principle, you will realize that the power to be happy and be satisfied with your life comes from within. It doesn't come from external milestones or achievements. So if we want to be happier people, some of you might ask, how do we change the way we judge or interpret situations? How do we choose not to be offended? One thing that you can do is recognize that everyone has their own unique perspective and view of life, and it's created from their beliefs and the experiences which they've had in their life, and it molds how they interpret any given situation. When you realize that everyone is looking through their own looking glass that they view the world from, it's easier to establish reasons as to why people say or do what they do. Another thing that you can do is have a solid sense of self-worth. In fact, in my opinion, that's the best way to not be offended. Because if your opinion of yourself is far more important than anyone else's opinion about you, then you realize that anything someone says or does to you that could be considered offensive is irrelevant. And when you realize it's irrelevant, you're free to see the situation for what it is, and when you have a clear picture of the situation, you can rise above it. Now, all of this being said, I'm not making this commentary to try and sound like I'm some sage who never gets offended. I'm the first to admit that I get offended at certain things that people say or do to me. I'm just making this video as a reminder to myself and to everyone out there that we choose to be offended, and we can also choose not to be. And by choosing not to be offended, we are driven by internal values rather than external circumstances, rather than what other people say about us or do to us. And this leads us one step closer to living happier, more fulfilling lives. But anyways, guys, that's it for me. Malo Alpito, thanks for watching, and I'm out of here.